Hi everyone, I'm Chris.
And this is Milton with the Sports Truth.
The truth will set you free.
Yes. So we're entering week 3.
Oh boy, week 3.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. I mean, our Panthers won. So
Well,
that's good.
yeah.
We got that call.
Let's start with the Panthers at the Texans.
Texans.
Yeah. Sunday nights, football games scare me. I call them the Sunday night scaries.
About Thursday.
Thursday, they scare me too because you're playing on a short week, so they're not rested. But I took a chance, and if I lost on this game, then I would never bet the Thursday night game. So you have to be selective.
Right.
So
How about your boy Matt Rule? Don't you owe him an apology now?
yeah, I mean, I didn't know what direction he was headed in when he took the reclamation project, which was Sam Darnold. But man, he's looked great in 3 games. He's got this great pocket awareness. He moves, and he could even run the ball for a first down. You know.
Yeah, he's got speed.
He's got some speed. So he's if you put people in a good position and surround them with support, then this is what you get.
Yeah, perfect example on the goal line. His whole team started to push him into the goal from behind.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, there's only one play that they could do here. Don't do any stupid, I'm going to give it to the running back, or I'm going to go back and pass it on the 1 yard line.
No.
They just went for a straight quarterback sneak, and his teammates
pushed
him in. These guys are all on the same page. The Panthers defense came into this game ranked at the top, like in every category. They only allowed 9 points against the Texans. This was one of my bets of the week.
But what do you think about that?
No. The reason that I went all in on this, and a friend of mine did too, excuse me, is the main reason, besides Matt Rule, and the defense and everything we talked about, Christian McCaffrey, who ended up getting injured, but not after doing what he could to give the Panthers an advantage. The Texans, had Tyrod Taylor been in this game, I wouldn't have touched this game. I think the Panthers edge him out, but it's like a 3-point game, not a 24-9 game.
Yeah.
So you ask, who's the replacement for Tyrod Taylor, who's been around many teams, and he just had a spark and a fire. So it's this guy named Davis Mills, 3rd rounder from a college I've never heard of.
I mean, he tried.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's strictly a pocket passer. I mean, to be a pocket passer against these Panthers, and a lot of the reason for the Panthers being as good as they are, just in Matt Rule's second year, I mean, this guy has got a plan. I mean, he did it at Baylor, and he did it at, I want to say, Temple, then Baylor. Yeah.
Yeah, he drafted all those defensive players, right?
Yeah, exactly. He used the whole draft, all 7 rounds, for defense, which is unheard of. But and I love that, the pundits were like, oh, well, what I think you should do is you should start over and you should get trade Christian McCaffrey for some picks. And he's like,
no,
are you dumb?
That's the engine of my machine, you know?
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. It's the engine to his machine.
Yep.
And he was able to get some nice free agents, which was Robbie Anderson. I think they already had DJ Moore.
I think they did,
there. Yeah. And then, he tried, I'll give it to Matt Rule, to go for some of those marquee free agent quarterbacks.
Didn't work.
But, I think his inexperience didn't help. These other coaches have been
they've been
in the game a lot longer, so we won't knock him for that. But, he took him, and as far as being surrounded by talent, you have Joe Brady, who was the offensive coordinator to Joe Burrow on that amazing LSU team that broke all kinds of records. And then you have Matt Rule. So
and Sam Darnold, he's definitely a first-round pick.
Yeah, he was number 3, and he went to the Jets, which is like everything that you
Everyone
don't
goes
want.
to die.
I mean, it sort of seems that way still. I put more hope in Saleh than I do Adam Gase, but I mean, floating eyes on drugs. Not good drugs.
Yeah.
Adam Gase was just a detriment, I mean, every once in a while you would see Sam Darnold spark. Like, he was a 17-point underdog against the Rams and, pulled off one of the biggest upsets in modern time that I can remember. I don't ever remember a 17-point underdog winning. So I think it's important that they get Christian McCaffrey back, but they get 10 days rest. it sucks that they're in the same division with the Bucks, you know? I mean, you almost wish that, like, he was in, like, any other division, but, like, not that one, not the AFC West, not the NFC West, but, like, a nice, like, AFC South,
I know
NFC
where.
East.
NFC East! The NFC East! He could beat up on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'd have a little bit of a struggle with the Cowboys.
Yeah, but still, it's not the Bucks.
Yeah, exactly. So, thank you, Panthers, for helping me win that game. And I don't think it was ever in jeopardy.
No.
I mean, I wanted to ask my
friend.
The
first half was a 7-6 at the end.
Yeah, but did you ever feel like that the Texans could win it or steal it from them?
Not with that quarterback. They're rookie.
And they were playing at home, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they just methodically drove up the field. And there's very few mistakes. I mean, they didn't make it on 4th and 1, but besides that, I mean, 24-9. I mean, what is that? 15 points.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
So it's like a good win.
Yeah.
So it's a solid win.
A mild blowout.
A mild blowout, yeah. At the end, though. So it was already over. And give credit to the Texans, though, for having what you call them, the orphans.
Yeah.
They still got to Darnold 3-4 times. They sacked him and they forced fumbled on him. He only got it back because he's not Cam Newton.
Yeah. Oh, did he fumble and then pick it up?
Yeah, him and his O-line also picked it up.
Oh,
but
good.
Yeah,
good. Those are the type of plays you need to make. You know, I mean, don't make one mistake and then have another one on top of it. You know?
So the Texans still got fight. If they had Tyrod Taylor, oh god,
yeah. I'll tell you what. If they had Tyrod Taylor, they'd be 2-0 going to this game. Because everybody that I've mentioned that I think the Texans were on their way to upsetting the Browns with Tyrod Taylor, totally agree. It wasn't like, what are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then this game would have been super tight.
I would not have.
Yeah, I would not have touched this game, and it would have been 3 points either way. But you gave me a rookie quarterback that's not even a first-round rookie quarterback, but a third-round.
No offense, we know you work hard to get drafted and everything, but going against NFL defense,
I just didn't see how that was going to happen.
Yikes!
All right, so for this week's week 3 games, I broke it down into 4 categories. No, actually 5.
5, remember? Surprise 5th one.
Yeah, the surprise 5th one.
Yeah, for me, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. I call them the surprise sort of spooky game.
The suppress us.
Yeah, there's only one in there, but we'll get to that one. Yeah. So the other categories are garbage games, blowout games, games too close to call. They could probably go either way.
Yeah.
And the marquee games that we're all looking forward to.
The anchor games, basically, that everyone that the TV stations expect us to tune into.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, the games
selling
that,
all their advertisements.
ESPN is going to be talking about the whole time, and as well as its fans too.
The Peyton brothers, the Manning brothers. Are they gonna do Monday night again?
They are.
What's the Monday night game?
It's the Eagles at the Cowboys.
Oh, that'll be fun. They're gonna rip them apart every time they make a bad throw. Peyton gets angry. It's so funny.
Yeah, it is totally funny.
Yeah,
they're brothers, so they're always sort of capping on each other, you know. And then it's
Eli will be ragging on them because NFC East. He's like, oh, it's a terrible Cowboys, terrible Eagles. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they bring in the guest.
Yeah, they should call you. Imagine if they had you on there. What?
Oh my god.
What? Would you be able to do your usual thing here or no? Or would you be too enamored?
I could for sure.
You could be ragging on the
I think they'd be surprised
Cowboys.
Because they would have such low expectations and then be like, oh, wow, this guy actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
For
Perfect.
never playing, the pro.
Let's have Russell Wilson on again and looking awkward when he said, oh, here at the goal line, I'd run it 4 times. I would never throw
it. Did he say that?
Yeah, I think Eli or Peyton said that. And then Russell Wilson down 10 step. It was funny. Yeah, you guys got reminded of his pick.
Do you have any idea who the Panthers play next week after their 10 days rest?
I have no idea. I should look that up.
All right, look that up while I move on to the garbage games. Or another title that I told my friend and he enjoyed it was Games We Don't Give a Fuck.
Air quote about. Yeah.
Quote about, okay? It's just a waste of our time.
Panthers at Cowboys.
Ooh. Were we saying that we were throwing the Panthers in the NFC East, right?
Yeah, there we go. Wow. So you said the one they struggle about, right?
That's a good game.
October 3rd.
That is a good game. Yeah. It might be their first loss or
the proof of their win.
Yeah, or their marquee win. Yeah. Because so far, they've
gone against meh. Yeah.
They've gone against bad teams. So they went up against the Jets.
Yeah,
they were terrible,
but they still need to win against the bad teams to prove they're not the cellar dwellers.
Right? Who did they beat last week? Oh, they beat the Saints. Which is a good team. Yeah, but
and they beat the Texans.
Yeah, but you beat the Cowboys, team. And you know
who's gonna explode when he beats the Cowboys, right? Stephen A. and what's his name? Skip Bayless. Oh, it's over. The season's over. Yeah, no. We saw it coming.
Yeah.
No, that'll be a good one.
All
Anyway,
right.
let's get the I don't give a fuck games.
Okay. So this is about as bad as you can get.
I want to hear it.
It's the crappy Falcons
Against
the
Crappy
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, who've been bad for a while now. I mean, the Falcons, you told me earlier, are giving up 40 points a game.
Yeah.
Their defense is as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, you were
Dan
right.
Quinn isn't even there to patch the holes or.
There's no holes. The dam's already busted. It's just the water's coming into the valley. The houses with all the Falcons fans in them are being drowned. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, the Falcons are a bad road team. If you put a gun to my head and said which of these teams
Giants.
were going to win, I would take the Giants. I mean, they essentially won last week, right?
And then they barely lost.
And then the defensive tackle on the field goal
decided to jump off like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Giving the almost said the bad word. The Washington football team another chance.
And the Washington football team actually has a better defense than the Falcons do. And that's not saying much.
Yeah.
So if the Giants can do that against a better defense, then
I wouldn't
it's
touch
the Falcons.
that game.
Yeah. I say Giants win by a field goal.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on from it
one.
because
The
it doesn't
garbage.
even
It smells bad.
It does. Yeah, it does. I mean, these could be two of the worst teams.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. The next garbage game where I don't give a about is the Bengals at the Steelers. Okay, so
that's funny to say against the Steelers because we just did you just find out now that the Steelers are just bad?
Yeah,
they don't have an offense.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start off with saying that the Steelers do own the Bengals, but between the Steelers owning the Bengals and the Bengals being 1-15, that's a stat that you gave me on the road.
Yeah,
so let's go back. Last week, Joe Burrow uncharacteristically threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah. Wasn't it all in a row, too?
Yeah, which is weird.
So every time he came back in the field, pick. After the third possession, how do you think he felt? Honest question.
Yeah, I mean, it was
bad.
Not good. And then so you're saying to yourself, is it because he's not intelligent? Is he stupid? No.
No, it's Joe freaking Burrow.
No, it's because he's not being protected. You know, that offensive line is an improved offensive line, but when you have to say that your offensive line is improved,
it's bad.
Yeah, instead of like, hey, we rebuilt the offensive line, aka the Chiefs or aka the Chargers, or the 49ers. I mean, all nicely built.
Even the Raiders, which is funny to say.
Yeah, even the Raiders. I mean, at one point I was like, Raiders, what are you doing? You got rid of 3/5 of your offensive line. Yeah, but they must have done something right.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, when the Bengals have to say that, the Steelers D is going to feast on them.
Yeah.
TJ Watt's going to get some sacks for
sure. If he's playing, because I know
you want to do a prop bet.
He pulled his groin.
That's true.
But I think that Mike Tomlin is just going to will the Steelers to a win. Yeah.
But other pundits say the Bengals are going to win by 1 point.
Bengals, they played on the road last week?
I think they did.
Oh, wow. So that's that whole stat that when a non-playoff team, and we can pretty much consider the Bengals that, plays on the road, I think they have like a 23% chance of winning. And then if on the second road game, it goes down to 17%.
But it's the Bungles, so it's like a 3%.
Yeah.
They're 1-15. Yeah. Actually, that's like 0.88%. Yeah, it's less than 1%.
That offensive line of the Steelers looks terrible. I mean, I don't know how many times the Raiders just punched.
The Bengals' defensive line's actually decent, so they're probably going to get a couple sacks on Big Ben.
Yeah, it's almost a waste. I mean, Najee Harris tossed that Jonathan Abrams out of bounds. Yeah. But, how much can he do? He didn't have that many yards, actually, because that offensive line is terrible. So, Ben Roethlisberger, and I've been trying to make this point, and that's why I thought I should have won the Bills game, if not for a blocked punt week 1.
The Bills would have won. Yeah.
Yeah, is because when you take your whole offensive line that had Pouncey due to retirement, and Villanueva being traded, and I think one of them went to the Chargers, right?
He did. The center, I think.
Yeah,
right?
or one of the guards.
The guard,
Pouncey was the center who retired. He probably saw the writing on the wall and
I would
Ben's
too.
coming back? Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't deal with this crap.
So 4 of the 5 offensive linemen are brand new. You're talking 2 rookies.
They haven't even gelled yet. They haven't even gotten bonded yet.
If they will. So
they might. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a strong enough team going against Pittsburgh in the weeks to come, then I'll definitely take that other team.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, enough we don't want to waste our time on the garbage.
Another
picks.
smelly garbage
Yeah,
pile.
so we got
Next
the
one.
Giants and the Steelers, both home teams, going against traditionally bad road teams. I mean, the Falcons always lose on the road. Bengals even
always lose, apparently. Yeah,
lose
1 in
more than the
15.
Falcons if that's possible.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move up. So now we're going to talk about the blowout games.
Oh boy.
Okay, now I have.
Oh, first, let's
Yes.
define what a blowout is.
Oh, okay. So your definition of the blowout was down by 3 possessions.
Down by 3 possessions.
My definition of a blowout, multiple turnovers, but that's not necessarily true because the Bucks week 1 had 4 turnovers
And they still won.
Yeah. But usually at most blowout games, 3 possessions and multiple turnovers. You're talking 3 or more.
Yeah, just being dominated. Yeah,
it's being dominated throughout the game. So the first one is the Cards at the Jags. This is number 2 team that we took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's number 32.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler Murray's having his sort of MVP type season. It was a crazy, wild game last week. I just don't see how the Jags
who are worse than the Vikings,
are all of a sudden going to figure it out. Trevor Lawrence has 5 interceptions. Urban Meyer, I know him well. I've been following him forever. He was the coach of the Gators, brought him 2 national championships, is a legend in college football.
What's the problem with him, though?
He just
too stressed,
He's too stressed. He's like apologizing to the fan base, telling them that we're going to turn it around. And usually that works, but it's not going to work here.
It's NFL, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that line is bad. The Jags, the first week, lost to the Texans. I want to say they scored once.
Mm-hmm.
And then they essentially scored once on offense. And then my friend told me that they had a run back against the Broncos. So it made it look like a closer game at 23 to 13.
It was really 23 to 7.
So an offense that's turning the ball over with the Jags and only averaging a touchdown a game.
Yeah.
Going against a Cards team, are they averaging like 5 touchdowns a game?
They're averaging 30-plus points a game.
Yeah, I mean,
they blew out the Titans.
38 to whatever.
38
and then
to
this
9.
Week, last week, it was like 34 or
34 to 33. Yeah, like 1 point, but still 30-plus again.
Yeah, and it's not like the Cards' defense is going to fall apart. And, I mean, how many points are you giving the Jags in this game? Like
14 at most.
Yeah, that's what I'm
thinking. On offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They
thinking.
might get a run back or two because Pyler did throw a pick 6, so he might throw another one. It happens.
Yeah, I'm giving the Jags.
Kyler's
I was thinking 13, so we're in that same ballpark. And I mean,
what are you giving the Cardinals? 30-plus, 35?
Yeah, I'm gonna give them high 20s, low 30s, only because they are on the road traveling West Coast to East Coast. That early start,
But they have to beat the Jags though to prove their ranking.
There's no way
they can't lose this. Yeah,
you can't lose this game.
Yeah,
because you're in the NFC West.
Yeah,
so you're gonna lose games within your own division. The Niners or Seahawks or Rams. Especially the Rams because
Rams always own my
they
cards.
Do.
It's so
they
annoying.
Do. Yeah,
it's Sean McVay's fault, isn't it? Don't lie, it's McVay. McVay beat your Niners too, like a couple times.
Yeah.
It's all McVay though.
Yeah, it is all McVay.
So annoying.
Yeah. So
Shanahan and Kingsbury don't like McVay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the point spread on the Cards game is -7 or -7.5, and everything that I've read is like, oh, why is the point spread so low?
But hear me out. Yeah. Everyone in the comments, everyone's like, this is a trap game. The Jags are gonna win. I'm like, okay, if they do, I'm gonna put my secret bet on the Jags to make what? $100,000 after 1,000? Like, wait, right? -7.5 gets me how much? If I bet on the Jags to win?
No, I mean, you would have to take the money line. So the money line on them is probably like plus 400. So you put 100 to win 400.
So if I put 1,000, I made 4,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
all right, so let me quickly call my bookie. Yeah, 1,000 on the Jags.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. It's too late to put your bets in now, right?
Yeah. No, I mean
you can do it during the game, right? In Las Vegas.
There's live action.
You know who else likes to bet and gamble? The owner of the Raiders. He's probably sitting in his Death Star. He's looking at his illegal looking gambling. Yeah, I'm gonna put the bet on the Jags really quick.
Is that why they beat the Ravens?
Yeah, they paid off everyone. Okay, I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. The next blowout I have, which I also have this team. I have a 3-teamer, all for wins. Panthers already won.
Thank you, Las Vegas. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jets at Broncos.
The Broncos at home at Mile High and they know how to run in that Mile High weather.
Definitely home field advantage. If there's ever
the definition of home field advantage.
Exactly.
Mile
well
high.
put. The mile high, whatever it is.
It's hard to breathe.
It's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell no.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Broncos got a top 5 defense, probably the best secondary in all football.
And they're homers. They're really good at home.
Yeah, that crowd after 2-0, like, oh my god, they've been waiting for this forever.
Poor
Jets.
The
last couple of years. Yeah,
the Jets are gonna get creamed.
Yeah, they are. Zach Wilson threw 4 interceptions. They're missing their left tackle.
Bridgewater looks like Rodgers and what did I say again? Breeze. He has the same exact stats as Rodgers, Breeze, and 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, he looks...
high percentage passes, everything.
Yeah, for sure. Very comfortable in the pocket. If he has to, he takes off. I think they're even going to be better in the next couple of weeks because Jerry Jeudy's going to come back, but he's like out for 6 weeks. But you have... what's his name? Okay, so you have Cortland Sutton, you have Noah Fant, and you have one... I want to say KJ...
You keep forgetting about my ex-boy from the Chargers,
oh,
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
He looks faster than he used to be,
Melvin
which is
Gordon,
scary.
And then I want to say there's Javonte Williams,
yeah,
who is a one of the rookie running backs.
They both have 100-plus rushing yards.
Yeah.
They're one of 2 teams that have 2 100-plus rushers.
So every good defense needs a good running game, right? Because you want to run out that clock. I mean, if it's Vic Fangio, he's been a defensive coordinator for like 19 years. So, I mean, just... I didn't know where to put the Broncos or the Raiders early in the season in my preseason.
Now you know.
I knew they weren't bottom dwellers. I knew they weren't upper echelon teams. But I was like, the Raiders are missing defense. Well, they found it through free agents.
Apparently.
And Gus Bradley, I guess, putting it all together. And then with the Broncos, they were just missing a quarterback. And what I saw in the preseason with Teddy Bridgewater, he was definitely the clear choice over Drew Lock. I mean, Drew Lock can be his backup should anything happen. And that is one thing that has haunted Teddy Bridgewater is injuries. He was injured in the Vikings after having a successful season. He was injured last year.
You hear that? That's me knocking on wood because Milton likes to jinx our teams. Ask our boy Matt.
Yeah,
he knows that well.
I know. I must have jinxed the Padres, even though there's Padres fans clinging on to hope. I mean, there's 12 games, guys. You got to win 6 of them. The Cardinals have won the last 12.
You can win 6 of them. You can do it. You never know.
No, they could. Yeah. But, I mean, the Cardinals have won 12 straight.
Yeah.
So, it's just... The Cardinals basically got to lose all their games, and then the Padres have to win theirs.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
It's not going to happen. And then yesterday, they beat the Giants in a close game.
Oh, they actually beat the Giants.
Inning, and I was like, guys, basically what you're doing is you're cheering for the Dodgers because by the Giants losing, it gives a leg up for the Dodgers, Yeah. So you're rooting for the Dodgers. So congratulations. All right. So the next game is the Dolphins at the Raiders. Okay. You're coming back 2-0. Carr's gone up against 2 really good defenses with the Ravens and the Steelers. I mean, to Dolphins, go into Pittsburgh and to just...
But what did I tell you, though? They own them. The Raiders own the Steelers,
Your friend was right on the Raiders owning the Steelers. That was a good tidbit information. I'm always going to take information like that over ESPN
from hardcore fans.
Yeah, from hardcore fans. I mean, that they live...
That guy was Raider Nation forever.
Yeah, for sure. And then I was like, you know what? I think that he's right about that. Yeah. So...
because the Steelers look like crap.
They did. They did. Oh, yeah. And then also with the Steelers, I forgot to mention that Roethlisberger has a torn left pectoral.
I think so, yeah.
So it's not... But, I mean, even though he's throwing with his right, I mean, you just got to feel that every time.
Yeah, he does. He ain't going to be well.
It's going to lead to picks. I mean, I could see why they picked the Bengals, but I just think Tomlin's going to find a way, and the Pittsburgh defense is way better than the Bengals defense.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, back to the thing. The Dolphins defense is good-ish.
Yeah, you know what happens is this. This is what happened last week with the Bills and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Tua fractured a rib when that guy landed on it.
Ouch.
Okay? And then when he walked like a cripple off of the field, what it did was that it put the Dolphins defense in a bad position. Dolphins have a great defense. I mean, they got Flores is a defensive-minded coach. You got top corners. I mean, you got talent all over the place. But when you ask your defense to consistently come on the field because the Dolphins' offense can't generate anything, then your defense doesn't look that good. And then that's why the Bills were able to fake their running game, because if you saw, they had like good running stats, and so someone would say, well, what are you talking about? You said that the Bills had a bad running game, and they don't have a running game. And I'm sticking to my guns. They don't have a running game. They just manufactured one because a tired defense is going to get gashed.
Yep.
So that's my response to that.
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean, the black hole 2-0,
the black hole, the Death Star,
yeah. I mean,
so what do you think about the AFC West now? Now you have 4 powerhouses.
Yeah.
The NFC West 4 powerhouses.
Yeah.
What? You know what I want? I want my own new NFL where it's just the West. So West FL.
Yeah.
So I have all the AFC and NFC West to
for
fight
sure.
each other.
Right now, it's looking like
a what?
Well, yeah.
A West FL.
I mean, it's looking like that's where the playoff teams are coming from.
Is the
and
West.
Possible Super Bowl participant, but you always got to remember that the Bucks decide.
Can you imagine
what's going to happen?
Can you imagine Chiefs versus the Niners, because like having the West against each other again? Can you imagine that rematch?
Yeah,
that could. You said a possibility from either of the divisions, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you could have Chiefs versus Niners. You could have any of them.
Yeah.
Because if the Bucks lose, but I don't.
Yeah,
I doubt
exactly.
It, but still,
Bucks are on a mission.
Well, NFC Championship game then. You could have NFC West versus NFC South then. How about that? I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think the Raiders are going to, I mean, Carr's just going to come out and...
They almost made the playoffs last year, so he only needs to win a couple more and he gets the playoffs.
Yeah, he's going to come out and do his thing, and this year the Raiders do have a defense.
Contrary to what you thought.
Yeah, for sure.
You thought they were all thrown together. Guess what? They're all playing above what you thought they were.
Yeah, they solidified their secondary with another safety that they drafted up high. And I don't know how to say his name, but it starts with a Y.
That's the one that everyone criticized. They're like, "Why did you draft him so early?" Because we want to make sure.
No. That was another guy you're talking about.
Who's the one that they said was like
Selin something?
He's actually good, which is funny.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They're like, we had to make sure.
Yeah, you know what happens is they add those other free agents, Max Crosby and that other former Ravens Jacksonville end.
Yeah.
That there's just so much concentration on stopping those guys that they're going to let that other guy...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's doing actually good, which is funny.
Yeah, oh good.
Raiders
so, I mean,
being funny.
They hit on their first round because a lot of times they were missing. So
they like to reach, though. They made sure that they got him.
Yeah, I mean, weird. So, if you look at it from Carr, they rebuilt the line. It looks pretty good. You have Darren Waller, who is their Travis Kelce. They have Ruggs, which is their Tyreek Hill.
So they're literally the Chiefs again.
Yeah, they're...
with a faster quarterback. Carr's faster than Mahomes.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
His 40 is faster.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
But I would trust much faster.
I would trust Mahomes on a breakaway.
Oh yeah, for sure though.
Yeah.
But still, speed though.
Yeah.
Carr, which is kind of funny.
I mean, you have the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely picking the Raiders.
Okay. All right.
Until they prove me wrong, I'm picking the Raiders.
For sure. My
God, that Monday Night Football game on the first week. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here. That's the best first week I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
It was a really good week.
The whole week was crazy. Every single game.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then the last game, which I figure for it to be a blowout, is the Ravens at the Lions. I think Lamar Jackson, and I'll get to
let's address this. Yeah, I'm about to.
For sure. I'm gonna do the flip side of it too.
Yeah.
But let's look at it from the Ravens' perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lamar Jackson went to another level. I think it's the marquee win of his life because he was 0-3 against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
and if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you have to go through the Chiefs. I think a second time around that Mahomes won't let it happen because
now they're gonna have a rivalry.
Yeah,
right.
Now it's a rivalry.
Now it's a rivalry.
Yeah, it's not a rivalry when you just own the other team.
Yeah.
So yeah, they still have issues. I mean, they're still missing their shutdown corner. They don't have much of a running backs in the backfield.
No.
But
somehow they still won against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, guys.
Yeah.
Because of a fumble, but still though, and a bad throw, but still, they still held their own.
Yeah. Now let's look at the Lions, right? I mean, the Ravens should come in there and just run.
I wrote down that stat for you.
Okay.
Remember you wrote down, right?
What about what?
The Lions.
No, I don't think I wrote it down.
And Goff.
Mm-mm.
Goff's rating is like 100 and
Yeah, no, he's actually playing pretty well. So let's go with what the Lions have done.
Yeah.
They scared the hell out of the 49ers.
Yeah, Niners fan. What happened, huh? What happened? You're 41 to 18.
Shanahan. That's the worst thing the Niners could have is, like, I want them to have a 7 to 10 point lead. I don't want them to have a big lead because Shanahan seems to, like, just...
Don't say took your foot off the gas, because guess what? He got out of the car. He put in the second stringers on your defense because it was such a high.
Exactly.
That's so bad.
Don't be doing that. Have that killer mentality. But okay, and then the next week on Monday night, they're leading 17-14 at half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first game, they had a second half rally.
Yeah.
In the second game, they had a first half. What do you want to call it?
Funk.
No. In the first half, they were up 17-14.
Oh, right. They were doing good. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they could somehow put those halves together,
I'd be scared of the Lions.
And that's what could happen in this game. You know?
No.
Man.
Well, the stat, like I said, Goff's 115 passer rating when he's not under pressure. Guess what? The Ravens have the fourth lowest pressure rating, for only 20%.
Yeah, you can't be blitzing when your secondary needs help.
So now I think that he's going to play time. He's going to... What was his name again? Galladay or whatever?
For who?
For the Lions.
Oh.
The wide receiver. That's not Galladay.
No,
What's
it's not.
What's the line?
Oh, TJ Hawkinson?
I'm trying to remember. It might be. But the one that Goff throws to all the time for the Lions.
Yeah. I don't know who that wide receiver is.
He's going to get a crap ton of yards against this Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the over in this game.
And definitely from fantasy, I take a wide receiver from the Lions.
Yeah,
the Ravens don't have anyone.
I don't see the Ravens doing what they did, saving their season essentially, and then losing to the Lions.
They're not going to lose, but I'm saying by points, though. Yeah.
Ravens numbers. Mm-hmm. I mean, 3 losses came from going against Patrick Mahomes, but like he's got like almost a high 70s, 80% win in the regular season. Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Lions fall under that category. So the Ravens should win. I was originally going to put him in my 4-teamer, but there was just something enough to scare me about it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it.
I might put him in a cheap, like $25 bet where it's like, okay, I'll take the Ravens and the Raiders and, you know, a couple other teams. Possibly. I haven't made that decision yet.
Where was... Oh, yeah. So you're saying the rivalry. So you're saying Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, the two young...
Yeah,
both former MVPs.
You know what?
It's rivals.
Because I've been one to be hard on Lamar Jackson because his running skills are like just there's nobody like him. You know, ever. Yeah, exactly. Michael Vick. No. He's even more crazy than Michael Vick.
Yeah, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, just some of the things he did in the game. That jump pass. Is that what it was? Where he just comes up
jump
into
pass.
The
that's what it's called.
Pocket and just
you jump up and pass it down. Yeah,
that was amazing.
Pass. I mean, and then flipping into the end zone,
cartwheeling into the end zone,
just to show off.
Yeah, that little juke he gives to, stutter step. That
he shimmies and stutter steps and then breaks their ankles. Yeah, it's not even fair.
And then on 4th and 1 at his 30-yard line, which you said he had an 88% probability of making it, which I totally believe.
No.
There was some nice blocking on that.
Not probably making it. 88% chance of them winning the game if he makes it.
It's
still 50-50.
No, but I mean, once he made that, then the clock ran out.
That's what I mean, yeah. He was going to win the game if he made the 4th, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So 88% of games are won when you convert the 4th, whatever.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So them choosing to run it is actually the best option.
Yeah, for sure. They had to.
But it's Lamar.
I knew at that point it was over.
Yeah, so basically what you said is kind of true, too. Who else would you rather have at running, getting that 4th and 1?
Nobody.
Lamar Jackson. He's going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, maybe Brady on 4th and 1 on the quarterback sneak because he's got like the highest success rate. Like I haven't.
But he's the GOAT though.
He's the GOAT. Yeah,
I'm talking about a normal guy. I'd rather pick Lamar.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, he'd be my top choice for sure.
And that's why they won.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now we talked about the blowout games and the garbage games. So the next ones are games too close to call.
Oh boy. Okay. Don't scare me with
these. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the Bears at Browns.
This is Justin Fields' game. This is his first one he's going to start from start
and
to
why
finish.
Is he starting?
Because red-haired
Andy Dalton
is bad.
Is injured. And the funny part about all this is that Matt
I told
Nagy
you to be injured.
said that Justin Fields is starting this game, but when Andy Dalton comes back from his injury and is healthy, he is their starter.
No. This is what Bears fans want. They want Justin Fields.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, half the fans or half the ESPN pundits were like, but they never have an argument for, like, why they should keep Andy Dalton. You know how there's always that, like, okay, you take this side and I take this side.
There's none.
You can't. You look stupid saying Andy Dalton. So, yeah, Justin Fields is playing. I think he's coming in at the right time because the Browns, they lost Jarvis Landry. Yep. I think he's got, I mean, I'm not sure for the season or just an MCL sprain or whatever it is. It's not good.
Right.
And OBJ, he practiced, but I mean, this would be his first game back. So they're just going to pound the rock with Hunt and Chubb and hope that they can do things.
Let's see. The Bears. Okay. Justin, if you're listening, Justin Fields. You know who else did this? Tom Brady. You know what he did to poor Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah.
He made him lose his job. This is it, Fields. You better throw 3 or 4 touchdowns and show everyone that you are superior to Andy Dalton, and Matt Nagy can never put Dalton back in. That's it. It's over. Just do it. Okay?
Yeah, another thing that I would take on this game is the under because the Browns are going to be running it the whole time.
Yeah.
The Bears are going to play it safe with short passes.
But it's Justin Fields.
Quarterback.
He'll run. He'll run.
Yeah.
He has a 4.4440.
Yeah, I mean, his running is pretty awesome.
Yeah. He's the future, like you said. Dual threat.
Dual threat.
Every QB will be dual threat.
So, I mean, this is one where...
A field goal.
Yeah, no.
Or a safety.
I could see an upset happening in this game. Just because you got to look at the Browns. I mean, they're the new Browns, right?
Yes.
They were on the cover of everything. I mean, I bought into them too. I mean, they revamped their defense.
And then fourth quarter on the first game.
Yeah, and then, you know, that's... then what the problem really is, it's definitely not Kevin Stefanski, and it's definitely not the rest of the team. It's Baker Mayfield. You know, I don't know if I could fully buy into him. In that Chiefs game, he forced an interception as he was being tackled instead of throwing it away.
Yep.
And let's see.
And the second game.
Oh, and then the second game,
barely won.
They barely won
Against the Texans.
They were so lucky Tyrod Taylor was out because if not, and then they'd be like, okay, we're 0-2 and we were supposed to go to the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl and you know, return to the Jim Brown days, you know, championships. And so, yeah, I mean,
they have to win this game.
Oh, they definitely have to win this game.
The Browns have to win this game or it's over.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure on Justin Fields to win it because, like...
It's his first start.
It's his first start. Everyone says you should have played with him.
Mm-hmm.
So...
This would be an interesting game, huh? Imagine if it goes to overtime.
Yeah.
How would you feel if it went to overtime and it was tight like that?
I'm just telling you, any of these games that are too close to call, okay?
Could be a tie.
All 5 of these, I don't want my money anywhere near it.
Can you imagine a tie, though? Because both of their wills are that strong. No, I'm serious. Don't laugh.
It could. Yeah.
Like, I
hold the possibility of anything happening, you know?
That'd be crazy.
Because the thing with Justin Fields is that he has the Chicago Bears. Even though it's not an elite defense, they were able to beat the Bengals last week. I mean, they did have 3 interceptions.
Yep.
They still have Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith. Yeah, so they got some studs.
And a limited Eddie Jackson. I don't know what.
Yeah, no, it's true. So they have players at all levels. I forgot about Eddie Jackson.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. So yeah, enjoy the game.
But don't bet on it.
Definitely don't bet on it.
Las Vegas will enjoy your money, though.
Yeah, exactly. All right, the next game. You have 2 coaching savants. You have Sean Payton against Bill Belichick.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Let me read that stat to you. Bill Belichick owns the NFC, though.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of that owning was done when he had Brady. So this is his new team. So I don't know if you could use those stats. But the Patriots are always tough at home.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins squeaked a 1-point win off of the Patriots turnover. I mean, this game could go either way. I mean, the Saints were embarrassed, so they're like left for dead.
Didn't they get wrecked or something by the
Panthers?
Yeah, the Panthers.
26-7. So and they're sort of nomadic right now because I think next week they finally return home because of what Hurricane Ida did.
Yeah, Hurricane Ida's finally done.
It was night and day. My friend Lauren's like, "Hey, please stay away from the Saints," and I'm like, "Yes, I've already determined that." the first week you had 5 touchdowns by famous Jameis, and then the next week you had like 115 yards and 2 interceptions.
Because it's the Panthers.
Yeah, it was the Panthers.
It was Matt
Rule.
Rule.
But, you know, a lot of that I'm going to put on the COVID. I mean, Sean Payton was like, it didn't have to do with COVID. It didn't have to do with us not having a home right now. It didn't have to do with not having Michael Thomas. And then as soon as it went back to the pundits and they're like, no. You don't understand. I mean, all those 8 were like offensive positions, you know, like the wide receivers and the running backs coach and the assistant.
Yeah, you need them. Yeah,
you need them. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's too much. They break it up into those responsibilities because it's too much for one person as great of a coach as you are, and these are 2 of the best coaches in football. But if you had to put a gun to my head, I would probably take the Patriots.
You have to check the Emperor. I mean,
is this a trap game? Because next week they have the Almighty come in with Tom Brady.
Is this a trap game? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trap game. That's why Tom Brady.
That's why it's like Patriots win, no Saints win, no. I don't know. I couldn't tell you over under. I couldn't tell you anything about this game. You know, I'm just gonna I'm gonna take the Patriots.
It's the Emperor.
Yeah. Okay.
And he lost his Vader.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. He did lose his Vader. Yeah. Or maybe he lost his Skywalker, you know.
Oh God,
because, yeah, exactly. Because I know I want to go to another team. Yeah, exactly. There was that whole thing with them this week building up to the game.
Yeah.
That the personal trainer and one of the business partners of Tom Brady, I think his name's Guerrero or something like that, just like went off on Belichick. And I could totally see this being true and not just fabrications. That Belichick is treating Tom Brady as if he was 20 and not 30 or 40. He said somewhere along the line, Belichick didn't evolve, like, as far as emotional intelligence, you know. And I can see that with people like him. I mean, he's a savant. I mean, he knows more than everybody else in the NFL.
He does.
But I think one of his weaknesses is not embracing or not comforting, or, you know, all the stuff that good coaches do, like what Matt Rule is doing with Sam Darnold. You know,
the whole team literally pushing him into the goal. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
They're willing him to win. They're like, push.
I do remember last week against the Jets, and
you got revenge.
Yeah, someone was going into the end zone, and then you see number 10, Mac Jones, just come over and like punch his guy in the back, you know, to push him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Mac Jones
good for him, you know. And like, even though I didn't want him on the Niners because I think the future.
You were so depressed, like he was gonna get it.
Oh yeah, is dual threat quarterbacks, and he's perfect for the Patriots. And when he said that, I'm glad I came to this team, I think that wasn't I got dissed by the other 14 teams that were going to pick.
No, he knew it was a perfect system.
It was just a perfect system, so I didn't take that as a shot to the 49ers.
Yeah, because he throws the short intermediate routes.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to get picked off.
2 tight end sets. The line is good.
Dump it off to the running backs.
You got a stable running backs. Mm-hmm. You got a defense that is playing really well. I mean, so far they've held the Dolphins to 17 points, and then they held the Jets to like however many points they scored. Couldn't have been more than a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
7 points, 6 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. All right.
It's Belichick.
All right, so we'll move on. Okay, the next one. Oh my God, my friend was so pissed on this one.
Why?
Because he took it's the Seahawks against the Vikings. He took the Seahawks, and then I said, well, you know, with the Seahawks, they're going to be controlling most of the game, but in the fourth quarter, what's going to happen is that they're just going to relinquish their lead, only to at the very end come back and win it, which that last part was wrong.
Yeah.
And so at one point the Seahawks were up 24-9 or 24-10. Yeah, like this game's over with. And the fact that the Titans came back
by running.
You don't do that when you're down 24-10.
Because you have Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you have Derrick Henry. I mean, he was just like
gashing them.
I mean, and the field was so open. He would just like, it was like they were playing without linebackers.
It's because he gassed out the defense, like you said, the manufactured run game of the Bills.
Yeah,
it's easy to gassed out defense.
For sure. So, yeah, you can't trust the Seahawks.
Against the Vikings?
You can't trust them in general. But we'll say this for the Seahawks is that they tend to, as much as they're
road warriors.
Because they're road warriors because they always talk about the 12th man, you know, that they stole from Texas A&M and countless other schools. But, like, if you are playing at home and you have the crowd cheering for you and you do have these big leads,
what are you doing?
Why are you collapsing? Whose fault is it? Is it Pete Carroll's? Is it Russell Wilson? Is it the offensive coordinator? Is it just some like universal
it's
power?
Seahawk voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo. That's I don't.
Seattle voodoo.
Okay, and so the reason I didn't take the Seahawks Titans game last week because I don't like good teams playing against desperate teams. So if the Titans were desperate, then
which they were.
What does that make the Vikings? You know,
ultra desperate. They barely lost because of bad luck. They should have beat my Cardinals.
Yes,
so they should have beat my Cardinals if they lost.
2 weeks in a row. I want to say the Vikings-Bengals game went into overtime before the Bengals.
And then the Bengals won.
Yeah. So they lose by a field goal.
They lose by missing their field goal.
Then they lose by missing a field goal, both on the road, you know.
Now they're at home.
I guess, what's his name? Mike Zimmer was saying that, like, he was so proud of his team in this game. And, you know.
Yeah, they won. I'm not going to lie. As a Cardinals fan, they beat us, but they lost because of bad luck.
Oh, man. I mean, a super close game where the Seahawks should win. But the Vikings are playing at home in the Dome.
And angry and desperate.
Yeah. Played 2 really good games on offense.
Only to get
only for special teams to lose it for them.
So do you think Vikings are going to beat the Seahawks?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm picking the Seahawks, but
for fantasy though, I'll pick Dalvin Cook because he gashed my Cardinals on the ground for 186 yards.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna gash the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you want some fantasy points, guys, Dalvin Cook, trust me.
Oh,
the Seahawks run game is bad, like run defense.
Yeah. I've seen these two teams play before, and it's always super close with the Seahawks.
Because they're both northern-ish teams. Northern-ish teams.
Yeah.
Because Seattle, Washington's pretty up there.
Yeah, I know, for sure. And Minnesota's right up there by
you
Canada.
got the two northerns going at each other. Like Vikings.
All right. The next game, too close to call, and I might be wrong about this, was the Monday night game with the Eagles at the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think it's just a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys are favored.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to blow out the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't.
After what I saw against the Chargers.
Yeah, so. I mean, I definitely give the Cowboys as a slight favorite here.
Yeah.
They should have beat the Bucks and didn't. They did beat the Chargers, even though it was a little bit controversial.
Yes. And they barely beat them.
And the thing about the Cowboys that you got to give them credit for is making changes, which they didn't do last year. So the first game, Dak throws for 400 plus yards, right? And multiple touchdowns. And then the second game, Dak doesn't throw any touchdowns.
Zeke runs.
Throws for like 230 yards. And then between Zeke and Tony Pollard, who actually had the better stats, they combine for like 200 yards and 1 or 2 touchdowns. So I think if they keep making those changes, and one of the most brilliant moves of the early season, and I keep on watching the highlights, is Micah Parsons, dude. I mean, he was constantly harassing Herbert to either into bad throws or, you know, getting sacked or, I mean, he is just, he's a freak, Micah Parsons. And I wouldn't be surprised if they left him there. Like, I didn't hear anything from him week 1. I mean, in fact, he was getting confused, and you would too, or I would too, if you were playing Brady, right?
Yeah, he was probably doing no huddle.
Yeah, okay. Do I throw it to Gronk? Do I throw it to Antonio Brown? Do I throw it to Chris Godwin? Do I throw it to Mike Evans? Do I throw it to, you know,
whoever I want?
To one of my running backs. Yeah, I mean, so many options as a linebacker. But if you just put your hand on the ground and you're focused on that tackle right there, and there's the quarterback, it's much easier to decide where to go.
Yeah, so, I agree with that.
Yeah. So, I'll give the Cowboys the win. The X factor, of course, is Jalen Hurts. He had moments in the game where he looked amazing. I mean, he was in the pocket of his own end zone and threw like a 70-yard bomb to whoever it was against my Niners. And the Niners defense stepped up. And that was the reason that they won. And then Garoppolo and Deebo Samuels did well. And so,
Still don't like Garoppolo, sorry.
No, I don't either. I can't. I mean, don't even get me started.
Please, can we have Trask come
and we'll get to that next because it's going to be the marquee names. But before I get to the last marquee game, you know what? I mean, maybe this one could have been in a blowout category, or maybe it's games too close. I didn't know where to put this.
Yeah.
But it's Washington at the Bills. You know, the Bills
don't have a run game.
They don't have a run game. They unexpectedly lost to the Steelers off a blocked punt. Mm-hmm. They had the fortune or the luck of knocking out Tua in the first quarter.
Yep.
And then they were able, so that 35-0, don't buy too much into it. I mean, they didn't have a quarterback. What were you expecting them to do?
Right.
You know? So, and with Washington, even though the defense hasn't played as well as they did last year, there's just something about Heineken.
Yeah, Heineke,
not Heineken.
Yeah, not the beer.
Yeah, not the beer. Yeah, but they're both good.
Yeah.
I love myself a Heineken and Heineke. Yeah.
Heineke has, I think, he has the highest percentage, 74%.
Yeah, I mean, he's athletic, and Terry McLaurin is a top 10 wide receiver. Antonio Gibson in the backfield.
Yep, all of it.
Yeah. So, who's Washington's coach? Oh, yeah,
Rivera, the ex-Panthers coach.
Yeah, the defensive coordinator.
The defensive coordinator of the Chargers when we had our number one defense in the time.
Yeah, so I think that's actually a closer game. I still give the Bills the edge.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, there's a lot of things that you could put in this corner. Like you could say, okay, Heineke, and they got 10 days rest.
Yeah.
Right? They got a defense that can keep them in the game. They got weapons. So, you know, I mean, who expected the Washington football team, please change your name, to hang with the Bucs in the playoffs? I mean, that was their biggest threat.
That was the Bucs' actually biggest thing.
Not the Packers, not the Chiefs, who all have Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Team.
The Washington football team, yeah. I mean, from my understanding, it seemed like the Bucs were sort of in control most of the game, but man, that score looked close, you know? One thing or another. Yeah, can you imagine that the Bucs and Brady, they lose to... I mean, that would automatically put the Chiefs... No, you know what? Because then the Packers would have gone, and I think the Packers would have beat the Chiefs, because the Chiefs would have been in the same situation that they didn't have 3/5 of their offensive line. So I think the Aaron Rodgers would have got the best of them. The State Farm.
It would have been the State Farm Bowl and Mahomes. Oh, God. It would have been so annoying the whole 2 weeks leading up to it.
It would have been advertisement's dream, right?
Yeah. Like, shut up with the advertisements.
Yeah, I know. This just bugs me every time I see it.
Yeah, we want the State Farm Bowl.
They both sort of bug me, you know?
Of course they do.
Yeah. I mean, they're both great, but, you know.
Advertisers are always annoying.
All right, now to go to the marquee games. I got 3 marquee games, okay?
Okay.
So we'll start off with our Chargers at Chiefs.
Trap game. Trap game. The Chargers are desperate. They don't want to drop to, what, 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
Heck no. Not in the AFC West.
They both had tough losses. I mean, a 56-yard field goal and some questionable calls by the refs. And then with the Chiefs, you know, you fumble it and you end up losing by a point in a game that you were up by 11 in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I want to pick the Chargers so bad, trust me, because I hate the Chiefs and I cheer for the Chargers, but I don't see the Chiefs losing back-to-back
Can you imagine
games.
Going 1 and 2 Chiefs?
Oh,
Can you imagine?
That would be funny. That would make
Can you
my
imagine
weekend.
the depression
like
of the Chiefs fans?
The Broncos and the Cardinals win.
Yeah.
So that I could win my bet and then
the Chiefs actually lose.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you feel?
I mean, to put the icing on top, the Niners beat the Packers, maybe?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but and usually you don't get all those.
Can you imagine Broncos and Raiders being 3-0 or whatever, and then the Chiefs are 1 and 2?
How
would you feel?
How would you feel? I'd be like,
what the hell happened?
I would be like, parallel universes exist. We're living in one. Get me back to the real world where the Chiefs are 3-0.
Yeah,
you know,
and the others are 1
and 2. The Broncos and the Raiders are 1 and 2. Yeah, exactly.
What the heck?
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, it should be a great game. I'm taking the over in that game, which was supposed to be the Chargers-Cowboys until the Cowboys decided to run it 40 times, you know?
Yeah.
They didn't probably run it quite that much, but you get my point.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
They ran more than they passed.
So, man. You know what? The only way that the Chargers could beat the Chiefs is if you could travel back in time, get a free agent running back, draft one, because you can draft them in the second or third round. You don't have to draft them in the first round. We've already talked about that.
The value.
And then you could just gash. I mean, like, and of course LT is like one of the best. Is the best charger of all time. But like having something like
imagine if you had a LaDainian. I'd be all on the Chargers then. I'd bet on the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly. So
he used to own the Chiefs.
I think Justin Herbert bounces back.
He has to. This is
I'm
his
pulling
game.
for the upset here
because I don't like the Chiefs.
Because I don't like the Chiefs, and I've always, living here in San Diego, pulled for the Chargers. I believe in Staley. I believe in Herbert.
So you're saying that this is their game, their marquee game where the Chargers prove
yes,
this
is
no
that
the Chiefs
signature win.
Yeah, it's no longer the Chiefs.
I mean, great that you beat Washington football team.
Yeah,
and that you almost beat the Cowboys, but beat the Chiefs and
solidify.
Yeah,
you almost beat the Chiefs last year as a rookie in your first start. Herbert, come on.
Had it not been for
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah. So these games are super close. I looked at the last 3 or 4 years.
Always close.
And the Chargers always cover the point spread, so that's why sort of.
They're rivals. I mean,
they're rivals.
Yeah, come on.
It'd be very interesting to tack on points with the Chargers, so you would give them 12.5 points.
See if they win.
Yeah. So I'm one of those garbage type bet picks where
just for fun.
Everybody that I said I won't bet, I'm putting you on this. I'm giving you points, and it just might work. Or at least you're buying enjoyment into the game.
Right.
Because if you don't have money on the game. Or fantasy football in the game. How the hell are you supposed to enjoy the game unless it's a marquee game?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you put money on the Falcons and Giants or type game. Not that
game.
Maybe that's a bad example.
I'm going to get drunk off before I start that game. Yes.
All right.
Anyway, continue.
Next one. Okay, I'll start with this one, then go to the game of the week because we know the game of the week. Okay, Packers at 49ers. Definitely staying off of this game.
But you're a homer, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not a homer because I took the Eagles to beat the 49ers this week, and all week leading up to this, I was thinking of taking the Packers against the 49ers, but I'm more leaning towards the 49ers now.
Are you?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, it's my team, so I can't bet on it because to have your team lose and then you lose the bet because of your team... You're
double depressed.
You're on suicide watch. Okay.
Right. So here's the suicide prevention hotline. Yeah, you said that. I'll put it up on the board.
Exactly.
No
one should ever go that direction.
Don't do
it.
But
sometimes things just push you in that direction.
Double depression.
Double depression.
There you go.
That we'll use double depression.
Yeah. Don't use the other bad word.
Yeah. The other bad
double
word.
Depression.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
So you're. You know what? I'm gonna bet 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not a homer like you. I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm kind of pulling for the Packers because I don't want the Niners to get ahead of me.
Had it not been for the bet that I knew that I ended up losing anyways, I would have hoped that the field goal went through. I would have been sad in the moment, but then I would have saw the Chiefs game and been like, "Oh, okay, it's all okay." Anyway, what the things we'll do for money.
Exactly.
We're such sluts.
We are.
All right.
Bad word.
Not really.
Continue. Time to bleep it out.
All right. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to say slut. I meant to say whores.
There we go.
All right, like that's much better.
Yeah.
All right. Or putas, which is a Spanish word.
Oh my God.
Which is the same thing. Sorry.
Move on.
Move on. All right, I know I'm getting in trouble. Okay. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, that first week, getting drubbed 38-3. That was not good.
By the Saints.
Yeah, and then they're down 17-14. To the Lions in the first half.
And Lions.
Yeah, the Lions. And then all of a sudden they come back.
But the Niners are better, though, than the Lions.
Yeah, he threw for 4 touchdowns. Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, Milton. Mm-hmm. Your Niners are better than the Saints and the Lions, though.
Yeah,
so the Packers finally actually have a challenge.
Oh, for sure.
So it's interesting.
I mentioned the 5-6 record already.
Yeah. 5-6, okay. And then 0-3 in the playoffs.
And the things that the Packers are susceptible to is the run game. Mm-hmm. Their run defense isn't very good. And if the 49ers had Raheem Mostert,
which they don't,
along with all their other running backs,
you mean
healthy,
all 3 that are injured?
This not only would the Niners win, they wouldn't quite blow them out, but they would punch him in the face. I mean, Raheem Mostert had 220 yards and 4 touchdowns. I'm so sad he got injured. Yeah, okay, but I still think Shanahan somehow figures it out. He realizes that these wins outside the NFC West are super important. And they were saying, who does the win mean more for? And actually, sometimes ESPN gets stuff right. And they said the 49ers...
Blasphemy.
Exactly. Continue. 49ers play in the NFC West. Arguably the toughest division.
I mean, it is the toughest division.
It is. AFC West is like, hey, what about us, So
they're like tied, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're both
very
tough.
In the AFC, it's... the AFC West and the NFC is the NFC West.
Yeah, definitely.
But the Packers, I mean, okay, who is their competition? The Lions. I love that you're biting kneecaps and that you're
almost coming back to win. My
almost,
God, yeah, that's crazy.
So it's a step in the right direction. It's not a step
you just
backwards.
Need more,
yeah. Then you have
the Bears.
The Bears, who are Andy Dalton's our quarterback, and then Justin Fields.
I don't know
is
about
a rookie.
Yeah, I don't know about Justin Fields right now.
I mean, a lot of things would have to break for the Bears to.
Well, again, who are you? Because you don't know who Justin Fields is.
Right.
He hasn't played a full game. Then we'll know.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the last is the Vikings. They're 0-2.
Oh my God.
They're bad luck. They're probably going to go down 0-3. So the Packers, I mean, they could be 11-6.
So weird for you to say that, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, my brain is just having an aneurysm right now.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's a Sunday night game. Crazy shit happens.
Oh yeah, we don't want to touch
normally
that game.
No.
Sunday night,
definitely
scary.
To have my Niners lose, to have my bet lose, and then to find out that it's on a Sunday night game, which was the only mistake I made last week.
Yep, should have never bet on the Chiefs.
Yeah, if that game had been not on Sunday night,
1 a.m. or 1 p.m. or whatever,
1 p.m. The Chiefs easily
so bad.
win that. Yeah, exactly. All right, and then the marquee game of the week. The Titans and the Colts.
Fuck.
Oh, no. Sorry.
No.
I'm just kidding. It's the Bucks and the Rams, okay? The only 2-0 teams that are playing against each other this week. It's interesting because the Rams lost Darrell Henderson. So they had lost Cam Akers, right? I'm not sure how long Darrell Henderson's out. I don't think for as long as Cam Akers. Because Cam Akers blew out something. I'm not sure
if
it was Achilles or if it was his knee. Probably his knee.
Ouch.
Yeah, the game is at the Rams.
Right. McVay's good at home. McVay's good at home.
McVay's good at home.
He's a playoff team, and then there's another playoff team on the road. So what's your stats against two playoff teams?
I don't know. It's pretty close because you usually have to have a playoff team going against a non-playoff team for those stats to really matter. Not that you have an injury on the Bucks, but you have a major piece missing. He did take his vaccination, and I don't get how you get it, but you're vaccinated, which I'm sure the people that are anti-vaxxers are like, see, he took it and he still got COVID. Yes, he got COVID, but he's not going to exhibit the.
He's not going to go. He's not going to go to ICU.
He's not going to go to
mild.
ICU. Yeah, it's going to be mild, like he has the
vaccine.
Cold, but it's enough to keep him out of the game. Oh man, if you throw another great.
Yeah, my boy Antonio Gates. I miss him from. I miss him.
Antonio Brown. I mean, he's one of the reasons that the Bucks got to the Super Bowl. I want to say he had 4 touchdowns in 4 playoff games.
Yep,
because they had 3.
And he had 1 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So a total of 4 amongst the 4 games. Yeah. Oh man, that would be such a huge advantage to have Antonio. But you don't. But you still have enough pieces here, and I'm gonna give the slight edge to the Bucks. Even though, Brady. It's Tom Brady because Stafford and Kupp. Kupp or Coop?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, right? That's what messes me up. That his name is Koo.
It literally starts with Kupp. Yeah,
there's some C's and there's some K's in there.
I think they're good tandem.
Yeah, they're amazing.
It's crazy.
And how is
over
it?
And over is good.
I think I would be an amazing. I think I can still throw that far. I don't know. I've had a couple of shoulder surgeries, but he's wide open by like 20
every time.
yards.
Yeah, every time. It's McVay.
He might have to come back for it, but he's 20 yards. Just come back 5 for my. Not as nicely throwing ball as Stafford, and then run it in.
Stafford never underthrows.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. So it even makes it that much better.
Yeah,
I'm just
crazy.
saying, like someone like me or you,
trying to throw it.
With him that open.
It's McVay though. It's his schemes getting them open.
It is, and Bruce Arians is on the other side. Yeah. The defense still looks like they're pretty good. I was worried about 2 things with the Rams.
Right.
Stafford isn't healthy. There's been no mention of it. Hopefully later in the season.
I told you it's the journeyman syndrome of these quarterbacks where when they move from their bad team or whatever, then they are amazing. Like
maybe there's some subconscious thing that like forces you to get injured so you don't have to play, so you don't have to deal with the misery. I haven't figured that part out.
Must be.
Yeah. But this is the reason that I'm picking the Bucks to win that game, and I think the Bucks are favored by like a point.
Yeah.
So what I would do with this game is I would just throw a whole bunch of points on the Bucks. Like if you're telling me that you could get the Bucks at more than a field goal or a touchdown, I mean, there's 13-point teasers that you could use where the Bucks are plus 11.5 or plus 12. You know,
Okay.
There's no way. I mean,
there's no way against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Bucs season last year when they were 7-5, you had those games where the Saints beat him the second time around. You thought, okay, this time around, Brady's got it, and they lost like 38-3. Who knows what happened?
Yeah.
But I think you can go either way with this because you could throw points on the Rams. But my point is that Brady lost to the Rams last year when they were sort of going through their 7-5 funk.
Yeah.
And 27-24, so it wasn't like a bad loss.
Field goal.
And my thing is, fool Brady once, shame on me, on Brady, right?
Yeah.
Fool me twice, it ain't happening.
It's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady. I mean, he's got his list, of like, oh, that team beat me before. Let me take care of that, Oh, this has never been done in the history of the NFL. Let me check. He's got his checklist. I hope he's not looking. I think Brady's smart enough and Bruce Arians not to be looking forward.
Heck no, it's the Rams.
It's not a trap game because the Patriots, they know they can beat. So it's not like, ooh, that game, that's going to be it's not going to be a tough game. I mean, I'm going to take the Bucs for shellacking against the Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones he just has so much to prove. Like, you wanted to trade me for Garoppolo, who now I'm trying to get rid of for the 49ers. I'm like calling Lynch, sending them a text. There's some Miami needs a quarterback.
The Texans need a quarterback.
The Texans need a quarterback. There's a few teams that would give us a second, or if they're dumb enough, a first-round pick, and put Trey Lance. And of course, you need to get insurance and go get.
The Colts need a quarterback.
The Colts need a quarterback. The Colts should go get Nick Foles. Like Barry, Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
You guys had a good thing going. You guys won a Super Bowl together. You as the offensive coordinator and Nick Foles probably having the most amazing Super Bowl by a quarterback ever.
Yes.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Montana had some, but most of his were blowouts.
Right.
Brady's had the 28-3.
Yeah.
But you would have to put Nick Foles in a top 5 Super Bowl performance of all time.
For sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anything that you want to say about the Bucs and Rams?
So, you know how we kind of made fun of all the pundits? Oh, the Rams are like, why are the Rams in the top 4?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's because Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. They didn't drop too much. I thought
they're not going to.
They would. But, I think the formula was there.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, Sean McVay is a photogenic savant.
Yeah.
So he not only did he see all the offensive plays, like you ask him in the third year of the third game in the second quarter what happened, and he's gonna remember, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that just blows my mind. I can't remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So saying that.
He saw Staley,
He saw the defense and it was like, okay, I saw what you did. I got it in my photogenic memory.
Yeah.
And then in
photographic.
Yeah. So
well, he's also photogenic because he looks nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's got everything. The supermodel wife, Sean McVay. Sean McVay.
It's definitely Sean McVay. Okay. I mean, he's styling. He's got his hair up. He's got the cool blue mask.
And he's young.
Because if he was a dumbass, he'd have one of those cheap. Light blue masks that you have to wear at work that I had to wear at work that when I see people wearing them,
He's got nice ones.
Really? Yeah. He's got a beautiful wife. Yeah. He's got this amazing mansion on the hill. He's got some killer dogs. He was raised in this system.
Yeah.
He works out. I mean,
he's got everything.
This guy's got everything.
And he's young. Yeah. Yeah.
And
he has like 40 plus years of coaching ahead of him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm a believer in Sean McVay.
Even though he's your rival.
Even though he's my rival. Yeah. So I forget what my point was.
The point was that don't bet against McVay. He's not going to lose by double digits.
Yeah, no way. I mean, you can double digit either one of these teams.
There's no way.
And you would be looking good. So and the funny part is, where's the Super Bowl this year?
LA.
Exactly.
He wants to copy the Bucs and have the home field advantage.
Exactly. I mean, he wrote it on his little mantra or his little,
Hey, the Chargers too. The Chargers too, because they share the same stadium with the Rams. That'd be hilarious.
How crazy!
Of a Super Bowl.
I mean, it's a long shot, but to have the Rams against the Chargers
in the Super Bowl,
they would both be home teams. That would blow my mind. Oh, man. That would be a fun Super Bowl.
That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be. But I think the Bucs.
It's not going to happen, though, but it'd be funny. It'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, I can see half of
you
that.
You pinch yourself. You pinch yourself if that happens.
Right. And then, of course.
My fifth one for me.
Yeah, okay. So this last category, we always have. I love breaking things into categories, whether it's talking about football games or betting or just whatever.
Yeah.
so we had the last game. I guess I put it into spooky games. Who knows what the hell could happen? It should happen this way. We got the Titans versus the Colts. So this is a game at the Titans.
Here's my thoughts on this.
Okay, please tell me.
This is like one of those Madden games where you put all the sliders up for you and all the sliders down for the CPU, so you do a one-sided thrashing.
Yeah.
So don't have to worry about it. Sorry, guys, this is real life. So one of you is gonna get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be overtime, and it's gonna be one of those heart attack games. You're gonna be
watching the game.
Yeah.
And because my friend who's 2-0 for the week, taking teams like straight up, like for point spreads wins, he said the Titans, and I was like, okay, that's a little crazy pick, but I like it, at the time. Let's review both of these teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Titans, they got blown out by your Cardinals at home.
Yeah.
Sacked 5 times. Couldn't do a dang thing. Yeah. Let's move to the Seahawks game. They're down 24-9 or 10 before this miraculous comeback and total letdown from the Seahawks with
in overtime.
Derrick Henry and his 3 touchdowns. See, the Titans, they at one point had 4 9-7 seasons, and it was always because Derrick Henry would somehow not be part of the game plan. And then towards the end of the season, they'd be like, oh, he's pretty good, So, I mean, they forgot to sort of use him in that first game, but they did. So I think it's a continuation of them doing that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you get blasted, and then in the second game, if it had not been for the Seahawks letting you back into the game, you should be an 0-2 team.
Yeah.
The Colts, they got thrashed by the Seahawks. Was it a 27-24 game? Not really, because the Rams had 3 people back besides the punter in the formation. One, it's funny because he was lined directly over the center.
Yeah, and he punted in his back. And
he's
like, try to grab
oh, I'm directly over the center. I better move over a little bit. Let me move over like half a step. Dude, you're still in the line, you dumbass.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It should have been like 27-17.
Yeah.
Like a nice 10-point win. The game was never as close as that. I mean, and then you have Carson Wentz. And I'm trying to picture, is it better to have an injured Carson Wentz in the game, or is it better to have the backup in the game? I don't know. And the backup's Jacob Eason, a second-year player. The Colts, the NFL must not like the Colts because they gave them 3 straight road games. So they play at the Titans, they play at the Dolphins, and I forget the third team that they play at, but that third team is really good and a playoff team. So,
Titans
but somehow,
win,
I mean,
guess.
The only reason I give this team's and this probably should be more in the blowout game,
I don't agree with that at all.
But it's just that gut feeling that's like,
same.
That's why
I don't want to watch this game.
I will just punch myself in the face if I somehow bet on this game.
Don't.
If you see me sending you a text, oh, I ended up taking a 4 or 5 teamer and I took the Titans. No.
No.
They're scratched out of this game. But yeah, because my friend of mine was asking me like, oh, is Carson Wentz starting, or the Titans?
Don't bet on the game.
Just stay away from it. I'm going to try to tell him that because there's much better games to choose from. Basically, you have 16 games, and you want to break it down to like four games.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, that's anything else you want to say on
Titans should barely win, but knowing that they'll be down the whole game and then come back at the end.
Like all 7 will be like, oh my God, who's Jacob Eason? This guy's pretty good. That's the only thing I could see happening because like I played this sort of multiple simulations in my head of like, okay, this, that.
Yeah.
So anyways, and the Titans Colts, I think the Titans are sort of owned by the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rivalry.
It's a rivalry. Yeah. So and these are supposed to be the 2 AFC South contenders.
Yes.
I'm telling you what, not much is going to come out from the AFC South. The Jags are the worst team possibly in football. And the
Texans are the scrappy team that just wants to get their good draft
until
picks
Tyrod Taylor comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, Davis Mills isn't gonna cut the cheese.
No.
They scored 9 points for a reason.
AFC South's bad.
So those are all the teams. So before we get to our 5 random questions to end the show,
sure,
I'm gonna tell you these picks, and you tell me what you think. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll tell you what's behind it. All right.
I'm listening.
So Panthers.
Yeah. Good.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bears. Maybe, right, with Justin Fields.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe we talked about, okay.
Yeah.
Steelers, because they own the Bengals.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Let's hope so, right? Because
come on,
that's
Jaguars.
your team, and
I gotta be a homer sometime.
Exactly. My wife needs new shoes. Okay. or a new purse. Yeah. But I probably need to make a bigger bet to get the new purse. But I can get her. She can get herself some nice shoes or buy groceries. Whatever.
Who knows?
Whatever she wants to do with it. She's just happy she's getting the Venmo. All right. Titans, right, in a close one.
Yeah.
Giants end up beating. It's the less shittier team of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Ravens should beat the Lions.
Should, yeah.
Yeah.
Edge it, yeah.
Patriots at home. We talked about the Belichick factor and
the Emperor. Yeah.
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 And the Saints
I can see that.
have Jameis Winston and 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. So you're gonna get your good, but you're gonna get your bad. The Bills, they probably should, right, at home.
Yeah, should.
Chiefs, as reluctantly as I want to say this. Okay.
Chargers.
Yeah.
That's just me being a homer.
Yeah, no. Raiders beating up on a Tua-less team.
Yeah.
Toothless team, whatever.
Toothless.
Yeah.
Tua-less.
Right?
That's rude.
Like that?
That's rude.
That sounds like something you'd say. All right. Broncos.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a gimme.
Come on.
Come on.
Bucks of the two teams, right?
I mean, you have to until they're dethroned. They're number one.
All right.
The Bucks.
Seahawks, right?
Should.
Yeah. Packers. I mean, even though we both said 49ers.
Man, I'm still going 49ers,
no,
but Packers 49ers are edged barely just because it's Rodgers.
But if they won, would you be surprised?
No.
Okay.
It's a too close.
And then last, the Cowboys on Monday night.
Yeah.
So out of these 16 predictions, give me a record off the top of your head of wins losses.
For this week?
For the games I mentioned.
Like how many out of 16 were right?
Yeah, exactly.
13-3.
Okay, I was thinking like 12-4, so that's fair. 13-3, 12-4.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose picks do you think these are?
Not yours.
Not mine. No, exactly.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't we just say not to
I know, exactly.
pick these people? Whose picks were those?
You want to take a guess?
ESPN.
No, don't give them that much credit.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
One of your friends at work?
Those are all great answers, right? Because my friends at work, they know football. They watch football.
Yeah.
They don't maybe know as much or care as much as we do.
That's what you talk about all the time.
Yeah, exactly. How about if I told you on a gut pick when my daughter Emily was over because she lives on her own, she made these picks. So I told her the city, and so I said the Carolina Panthers are going to be playing the Houston Texans. I didn't say home or away because I didn't want that to influence her.
Yeah.
So she picked these. Is that crazy?
She's going to have a winning record.
I know. I'm like, you might beat me and Chris. So I wish I could go to Caliente and do a 16-team
go, yeah.
A $5 win.
Go to Las Vegas
15,000, you know, and then I'll definitely have to give her a chunk. So she's just a very intuitive girl. She's very into her astrology and names and stuff like that. Yeah. So so I was sort of impressed because I looked at it and I was like,
sounded like you were your friends.
I know, and I told her, you know what, you A for effort. Who knows what it ends up turning. And so on Tuesday we will reveal what her record was. And
if she goes 16-0, I'm leaving.
Oh, right?
I'm walking out. Yeah, I'm done. What's the point of this podcast?
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
because I mentioned this and I did this because a lot of times, like before the Super Bowl or whatever, they're like, depending on which bowl the dog goes to, or
who
this
wins,
animal gets to pick,
Intuitive, yeah.
Yeah, so I just thought that was really interesting.
Oh, well, good job, Emily.
She doesn't really know that much of football aside from, like, I talk about the 49ers, she probably hears Brady and the Bucks and the Chiefs, so she's got a little bit of...
she's got the ESPN level.
Yes, she does. She does. That's a good one. I like that. She's just
surface NFL.
Yeah, so I told her whatever gift that is, use it.
Yeah.
So she's no longer at La Vida Real because they didn't appreciate her. She was like one of the best servers there. The old people loved her. She worked well with most people except some certain people. But
won't name names.
No, won't name names. I won't be.
They might hear this
that.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
Yeah, they're gone anyways.
Yeah.
But
but
now she's in a better spot. She's working for her uncle at a nice golf resort in Rancho Santa Fe.
Nice.
I can't think of a nicer, more posh place than there. So she's making tips and just doing well. right now she's a hostess, but eventually she'll be a server, which that's where you get big money.
Oh yeah, tipping.
Do you want this bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Here you go. And then that's like $60 tip, because the wine is. I mean, these are rich people you're talking about.
Of course.
Yeah, bougie, nice.
Bougie. You said the word. Oh, the Gen X said the Gen Z word, guys. It's over. All right, that's the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Or bourgeois or whatever, right?
Stop it. Stop it. Right random questions, please.
No,
stop digging your hole deeper, Milton. Let's go.
Right, that's all right. As long as I build my own hole. Okay, so there we go. All right. How are we doing on time?
Hour and 19 minutes.
Perfect. Yeah. This will wrap it up. Yeah. All right. 5 random questions. If you became powerful, do you worry you'd abuse your power?
Yes.
Okay, get in a little more detail. I thought for sure, because sometimes I try to pin this question thinking well, of course he's going to answer it this way, and then you're like, no, I would save the world, All right, go ahead.
Yes, I'm being realistic.
Okay.
Because, if you have so much power but you don't have a purpose, it's tempting to just screw around.
The purpose.
If you give me a purpose, though, for good protect, then no. Obviously, protect people.
That is an excellent...
That's just logical. That's just the way. That's just how things go.
Yeah.
If you have power without a purpose, what are you gonna do? You're bored. What do? You screw around to entertain yourself.
So it's the whole Voltaire thing, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. But absolute power is so much fun.
Yeah. Maybe if you're the Korean dictator or Trump,
Don't talk about my my cousin and the Cheeto in Chief. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Especially giving a Leo.
Oh God! Don't even answer this question. You're automatically a villain. Goodbye. Have a good day. Leave.
I would start off a little abusive.
Of course
you
would.
A little egotistical.
I'd have to stop you.
I used to like Milton, but he's sort of an a-hole now.
Yeah. Now I stop you.
But this is the one saving grace.
Yes.
My wife would be behind me, and she would give me the purpose I need to say, okay, this is the power, because with the power, then you have that responsibility, and you probably have some money, because
yeah.
And to make things work, and so she would be the guiding grace.
Yeah, but then I'd come and beat you up because I have powers too. See, then we have our fight. We have a rivalry. See,
all right,
there you go.
But then we would be like, no, why are we fighting each other? We should be fighting other people. Let's team up. And
why would you make it even worse? That's a double dictatorship. Everyone's screwed.
Yeah, exactly. It's Trump and Putin hanging out together. Yep. All right, let's not get into politics. No. All right, number 2. What is the one thing that you hate about the holidays? Because the holidays usually are cheery and you get gifts and you have the day off. So what is it that you don't like about it?
I'm going to surprise you again.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
I love holidays. Okay, everything about them.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, there's nothing bad at all. That's the point of the holiday.
No, that's true. Yeah. You're not married, so you would know. But...
Let me hear from you.
Yeah. It gets complicated.
How so?
Because of family issues. Okay, so there's Christmas. Where should we spend it? And
okay.
But your mom wants and your dad. But what about my parents? And they're feeling disrespected. Luckily, it works out because for my parents, we do Christmas Eve because. As far as I know, in the Hispanic culture, it's all about the Christmas Eve,
not Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day. I mean, of course, as a kid, it's all about Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. And then for Christmas Day, we stay at our house or we go to my sister-in-law's or one of those few options. So that's
I don't have that problem. I'm an only child.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm an only child too, but an only child that
has sisters-in-laws.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor guy.
All right, cool. No, 2 very good answers so far.
Yep.
No trapping so far. Okay.
Can't trap me.
This one's a softball question.
Right on the face.
What do you typically have for breakfast?
Oh, easy.
Okay.
I always have either.
And this is at La Vida, right?
No, not La Vida. Here at my house.
Oh, your house. Okay.
Yeah, I usually get a Pop-Tarts or hash browns. Those microwave hash browns, really fast.
Oh, okay, yeah. And what do you put on the hash browns?
Nothing. I just eat it out of the package.
Really? You don't put some ketchup or some
No,
salt
I don't have time
pepper?
for that. I don't have time for that.
Okay.
I get coffee and I get that and I go to work.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
So it's like a continental breakfast.
Yeah, it's called fast breakfast and go to work. Yeah.
Okay.
When I come home, then I eat a big food.
That's true.
Yeah. That's what you should do, foodie.
Yeah.
You're like ketchup, salt, pepper. I don't have time for that. I have 30 seconds. I'm running.
I got to put my spices. I got to put my sauces.
You're the worst kind of foodie.
Don't give me a meal without a sauce, or else.
The worst kind of foodie is Milton, guys. Exhibit A. What do you have for
Okay,
breakfast
you
then,
know
foodie?
what? It varies, but my ideal breakfast that I have a couple times a week is I crack my 3 eggs, I whip it, and I make a nice omelet, and then put the cheese. I'm putting the avocado slices on it. I'm putting a little bit of sriracha or
How
salsa.
long is this taking? 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't have that time.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't work till until the afternoon.
Oh,
so all
nice.
I have is time. Okay. Yeah.
I don't. I work at 5, like 6 a.m.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
on,
You have to go fast breakfast
Yeah.
or the continental breakfast. Yep. Okay. Cool. That was easy enough. All right. What position do you mainly sleep in?
Side sleeper.
Side sleeper. Okay.
I
so
have
you're
to
your side.
Left
okay.
side.
So you're not on your back.
No, I'm on my side.
Or on your front.
Nope, never on the front. Never on the never side.
Okay. So the whole night you're just
on my side. Yeah.
on side. Okay. So you don't move much then.
No, I don't.
You don't. Okay.
I'm not a tosser turner.
Toss. Okay. So you're a good sleeper.
Yeah, I'm a good sleeper.
So from the time you go to sleep to the time you wake up, there's not many moments where you're stirring.
Oh no! When I wake up, I'm still on my side. The exact same side I fall asleep on.
Okay.
Yeah. And I get up.
You're gonna be appreciated by
my future wife.
Because you're not gonna be smacking her or taking blankets or
no.
throwing a leg
There's no
over.
movement whatsoever. It's just like that's it.
All right.
It's easy. Must be nice, right?
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, and I always do this when I'm ready to finally go to bed, I curl up into a tight fetal position. So
yeah, you're just thinking about your life, and you're the little spoon, right? And your wife's the big spoon. And she's cuddling you from behind, saying, "It's okay. The Chiefs can't hurt you."
No. My wife, when she goes to sleep, she's dealing with her own sleep issues because she has a tough time sleeping.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, she stays on her side, I stay on mine, or I fall asleep on the couch watching TV. So yeah, I do a tight curl fetal position where both my arms are underneath my armpits, and just super tight.
So mummy.
Yeah, and then I pick up my knees. So yeah, it's just super tight and just
nice
whatever.
To sleep.
Yeah, it's just that's my, and I have no really problem. I mean, when I want to go to sleep, I mean, my wife says that's my superpower. That
that's how your position was when you're in the womb, anyway.
Yeah,
the baby's like that. Like
so
in
I'm gonna go
position.
back.
Yeah.
To,
so there you go.
Yeah.
Reverting back.
I'm reverting back. Exactly. I can't take this anymore. Put me back in the womb. Exactly. Take care of me. All right. And the last question, and we'll end it with this: is what are 3 things that you can't live without?
My phone.
Okay, that's a good one. I didn't even add that in mine.
The internet.
And
air conditioning.
Okay.
If I don't have those 3, it's over for me. Okay, it's over.
Okay, so
it's over with.
I mean, maybe if they expanded this to 10 things, I would definitely include the phone.
Yes.
Air conditioning's a must.
Come
Our air
on.
conditioning broke when people came to fix our house. I blame them, but there's no way of technically being able to prove because they put holes in our walls and in our roofs, and in one of those they must have tripped some wire. Yeah, and we were just dying. It was during that vicious heat of August,
No, it's gonna be all the time. Climate change.
Yeah.
So now it's gonna be all the time.
Oh, is climate change real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, did you?
Okay.
Yeah. That was 104 degrees up north here. Yeah. Totally
the raging fires.
Yeah, it's total. There's no change. No, this is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
As the room's burning, this is fine.
Okay. So those are all major necessities. I flip out when I can't find.
Can you imagine not having all 3 of those? No internet, so you can't imagine you can't watch TV. You can't watch football. You don't know what's going on because internet. No phone.
Yeah.
And you're burning to death. How'd you feel?
Yeah. No. You're right.
Exactly.
Your 3.
You need them for football.
My 3. I can't live with sports. Okay. And I
you can't live without sports.
I'm on my phone checking out power rankings. I'm watching ESPN. I'm watching NFL Network. I'm watching games. I'm talking about it. I'm sort of obsessed with that.
You're making a podcast on.
I'm doing a podcast
on sports.
Right, exactly.
So if there's a world without sports, you're saying you basically be dead inside.
Pretty much.
That'll be it.
Pretty much. Yeah. It must be nice because all the stress and drama that comes with it, I wouldn't have to deal with it. But I love sports. 2 is Netflix and my shows. I mean, maybe you could throw HBO.
Netflix.
Yeah, you gotta have my Netflix. Gotta have my HBO. I mean, I haven't been to the movies since COVID happened. I'm sure eventually I'll
curse
go
you,
back.
COVID.
Yeah. How dare you take my movies away? So yeah, and then the last thing is a combination of beer, alcohol, especially with some Mexican food. So I'm gonna throw that some nice.
So your favorite food?
Yeah, my favorite food.
Yeah.
I mean, Mexican food is probably 60%, 70% of my diet.
I mean, you are Mexican, so it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then a nice cold beer to go with it, or an amazing margarita. So,
yeah, that rounds everything up. Did you have anything to say before see if our bets are wrong or right on Sunday? Are you praying now, or what?
What's that?
Do you have anything to say before if our bets are right or wrong this Sunday?
I just got a text from my friend that bets the nickels.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He's asking for a particular parlay. I guess I have to check to see what it is.
It's okay. Just check. Go to Caliente. Or
if
go
he's
to
asking
Las
me
Vegas.
about the parlay that we just did, then I think he's pretty good with the Broncos beating the Jags and your Cards. Oh, sorry, the Cards beating the Jags.
Yeah, Broncos beating the
Jets. Who are the 32nd and 31st team
on our power rankings.
Two undefeated. Yeah, the ones that matter.
Yeah,
the other ones,
sorry, ESPN
they're catering
ranking.
to whatever.
Yeah.
Their hero worship. Okay, and then the last thing. Let's see. He says either Denver or Bills in that order for lock. Definitely Denver. And then
I don't trust the Bills.
The Bucks at -1.5 on the road in the afternoon, and then it says, "Will the Las Vegas Raiders take a nap on Miami or come in and finish it early?" So that's from my good friend Lauren. So valid points.
So shout out
to
I'm
Lawrence. And I'm glad he believes in the Bills more than I do, just because of Heineke.
Yeah,
there, I said it right.
There, okay. Yeah, no more.
All right, enjoy the week 3. Week 3 could be crazy. Hopefully it's not too crazy.
Hopefully we don't eat our words again and drown in sorrow again for the third time in a row. I know if you guys find that funny, but we cry.
So we are going to be back on Tuesday to reveal what happened in week 3.
The joy, the pride, or the sorrow.
Yeah, we'll exactly. Out. And also the power rankings, the new power rankings. I'm telling you right now, I want to say the Panthers were number 13.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They're in the top 10.
Yep, for sure.
Maybe like 10 right now, because they have only playing bad teams, but
True.
They've looked good beating those bad teams.
Which you should be if you're top 10.
Right. Agree. All right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your football games. Hope your team wins, unless it's the Packers. All right.
Bye.
Bye.